Exactly my point. How dare you color my vision, and how dare you bring RSS all the time?
How dare you say I take money? Simply.
Like Catholic
How
Church,
dare you say I take money? How dare you say I take money?
You provoke.
How dare you say I take money?
You provoke.
How dare you say I take money? How dare you say I take money? How dare you say I take money?
You dare.
How dare you say I take money? How dare you say I take money?
How dare you say?
You say this to me. How can you say I take money?
Speaking to people.
You. How dare you say I take money, Miss Lekhi?
Point of view.
Miss Lekhi, I will question you again and again. How dare you say I take money?
Same thing.
How dare you say I take money?
I will also question you. I will also question you. I don't have your records, and how dare you tell that because of RSS and because of VST you are doing this? I'll ask you the same question. How dare you make those accusations? I'm a trained lawyer.
Miss Lekhi.
And I have my own opinions. And I don't give you the license to label me the way you wish to.
You know, Miss Lekhi.
You don't have that authority.
Miss Lekhi,
I don't give that authority
I don't,
to anybody.
thankfully, I will never draw my authority from you. I'll return to the debate.
Allow you either.
I'll return to the debate. I don't want this to be distracted. I don't want to be distracted on this. My next question is to the Congress. I seriously. Okay, Mr. Qadir wants to say something here. 1 second, Mr. Qadir. Let's go back to the debate.
Can I talk? Yes, I want to talk.
Mr. Qadir, please. She wanted to come back to the debate. Yeah.
Can I come in for 2 sentences, please?
Yes, Mr. Qadir.
Mr. Arnab.
And after me.
Please do not be disturbed at all. Let me tell you, I know that you are always against Samajwadi Party's principles, but I can vouch and swear on my God, on my Allah, that nobody can doubt your integrity as a journalist. And Meenakshi Lekhi, madam, I had respect for you, but today I have lost it the way you fought and the way you alleged. I'm sorry to say that.
Mr. Qadir, I'll say this. Mr. Qadir, I will, this debate, no, Mr. Qadir, I thank you. I thank you for your support, but I say this, this debate, I respect that, but this debate is not about me.
Allow me to come in.
This debate is not about me, and I'll go back to the subject of debate here. I just want to say one thing. I want to just say one thing here.
Can I talk?
Yes, Mr.
Can I talk now?
Yes, Mr. Kavi, go ahead.
Arnab, please let me talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please.
Yes, Mr.
Yeah, you know, I would like to tell Meenakshi, please, I would like to tell Meenakshi that there was an act which said the Criminal Tribes and Castes Act, where whole tribes, for example, the Hijras, the Banjaras, they were called criminal because they belonged to that particular caste or the clan. In 1954, that act was removed out of the Indian Penal Code. Similarly, this act, Section 377, criminalizes people like me. You don't per se need an affidavit or a FIR, Meenakshi. The fact that I say I'm a homosexual, I'm already guilty in many ways in the eyes of the law. This has happened to me in many places. Please understand,
in the context,
we are beaten, extorted, blackmailed.
Dalip also wanted to add it. Dalip.
I would like to comment.
Dalip.
Ashok, I would like to comment on what.
Therefore, I would like to say that this.
I would like to comment on the aspect of the point that Mr. Haider said was this law has been around for 200 years and only 150 people have been prosecuted or have been convicted. Now that sends across an extremely baffling and confusing signal. Are you trying to tell the people that for 200 years this law has been there, and because only 150 have been convicted, therefore they have something to smile about because they are criminals, but their criminality is actually something that they don't need to worry about because only 150 people have been prosecuted? That just makes no sense.
No, the question here is, and I want to go to Sanjay Jha on this. Sanjay, you know, right now the Congress party's argument is that I saw Rahul Gandhi speak there, and he said that I am on the side of the Delhi High Court judgment. My question to you is, when I look at the legal representations which have been made, which is where did I begin today, this whole debate? This debate began by saying, don't make polite noises, actually go ahead and make a difference, right? So you have an opportunity of going into court and making a difference. Now you realize this, Sanjay, that the option of going to court is not the option the people are looking at. You know, we heard Mr. Chidambaram saying we'll look at a curative petition before another bench of the High Court, etc. Right. My question to you is, you need to stick your neck out in Parliament, right? Or if you don't want to, if you feel that you will not be allowed to operate in Parliament, if that is your concern, then you must say, if you believe in it, that on the last day of the winter session of Parliament, say on the 20th of December, you will go ahead and issue an ordinance of the subject. Why don't you commit yourself to that?
Absolutely, and I can tell you, I agree with you completely. I mean, on this subject, now that you have heard everybody from the Congress party being very emphatic and very clear in our support for the LBGT community, because I'll repeat again, Arnab, this is not about just a community which is being harassed for its own, personal way of leading its own life. It's about a larger issue, I think, that the society needs to stand up for. I mean, it's horrendous, it's absolutely ridiculous. And, honestly, you can't have it in a modern age in India, which has become, we have emancipated ourselves. You can't be living in some kind of...
No, but how do I know this will not go the way? But how do I know?
That's an option.
No, Mr. Jha, 1 minute. Mr. Jha, how do I know this will not go the way of the Women's Reservation Bill, which got introduced, it was passed in 2010, but you remember it was actually presented in 1996. It got 14 years.
Yeah.
It dragged its way through, right? We don't want one more generation to go in that wait.
No, absolutely. You heard Mr. Chidambaram, you heard even Mr. Kapil Sibal. There are options available, whether you go through the court process or whether the legislative. That's what I said to Meenakshi, I mean, if Sushma Swaraj can just tell as soon as possible, this is not a very complicated one. I mean, it's very straightforward, whether you're for or against it. I'm glad you asked the question. But I'm sure the government is already considering that. As a party spokesperson, I can't answer what the government will do tomorrow. But I'm sure the ordinance is one of the options. We can't allow this to get into a limbo, because that after the session gets over, you have elections and stuff like that. So we can't afford to let this get into
but that's a genuine fear that it goes into a limbo.
So the
fear is it goes into a limbo.
I'm sure we will take the right steps as soon as possible.
No, the fear is it goes into a limbo.
The right steps as soon as possible. I'm telling you that let me tell you, this is a categorical message that has been sent out by all the key leaders of our party. Trust me on this one. I think, end of day, this is not, let me tell you, this is a larger message that we're going to send about India as a country, as a society that, respects liberty and the individual's freedom to be the way.
No, but I don't believe you, Sanjay.
It's not just about a legislative,
Sanjay, I don't believe you, because even when this matter came up before the Supreme Court, as recently as 2012, PP Malhotra was representing the centre, and he said homosexuality is immoral and against the social order and against nature, and it spreads HIV. This is 15 months back. So I don't believe you. You say...
No, can I answer you here, Arnab? Can you just today, I'll tell you why it is tough. Let me tell you. Because we don't have the numbers. Did you read the tweet of a very senior BJP leader today, Dr. Subramaniam Swamy? He used an extremely repugnant sort of a language, extremely insulting, I thought. And he says that he believes the majority in Parliament are going to support the Supreme Court verdict. Effectively, he's spoken for the BJP here, because he knows that they don't, in principle, support it. Who was one of the petitioners on the Delhi High Court verdict, by the way? A gentleman by the name of BP Singhal, who I believe was a senior BJP leader.
Okay, I think Meenakshi wanted to come back. So we have 5 minutes on the debate. Meenakshi.
We need to address that. Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go to Meenakshi, raise and I'm coming to you, Zafar.
Ashok Ji says, and others are raising the point that 200 cases have been registered. My point is very simple, that if a man gets exploited in this fashion by another, out of force or non-consenting sex, under which section will he be punished? He has to be punished under this section. So that is why this section has to remain on the statute books. And when it is consenting sex between two adults, allow me, please. If it, ma'am, please allow me. 376 is a different thing altogether, and 377 is a different thing. 376 is applicable to a different kind of issue, and 377 is different. Now 377, it comes into existence only when men get exploited and forced into certain sexual acts, and that is why this needs to be on the statute books.
Not
and that is why 200 such...
No, not exploited, not exploited. No, the question is not exploited. Onir is responding to Onir.
not exploited.
Onir is responding.
Law is about not giving.
Let's listen to Onir, please.
Consenting adults.
Is about
it is not about non-consenting.
Right,
this right takes away the right for two consenting adults to lead their life that they may want to.
No, that's Onir. Let him complete.
You are giving misinformation.
Consenting adults.
No, I'm not giving misinformation. My point is simple. If there are...
It is not about victims.
Adults,
it's not about someone being abused. It's about two
FIR.
consenting adults. And it's not, I mean, how will there be... It's not about FIR. I don't know why you're constantly bringing that up.
Because
it's about my constitutional right which is being denied.
No, it is not being denied.
I right now sitting here and I will for the first time tell
Let Onir speak, please. One second.
I have been persecuted. I have been humiliated by using the law for just being gay without anything against me. And you are denying this dignity which I have been denied.
I just, I do not feel. I do not feel.
I am saying that dignity exists and nobody can.
John Dayal raises his hand out there. John wants to come in. Zafar, I'm coming to you. John.
How can dignity exist when you're looking at criminality?
Yes, John.
Please do not criminalize people.
Nobody's even questioning.
That is clear. Please.
What did he say?
Please do not criminalize people. Do not criminalize people, do not persecute people. If you want to enact the law, please go ahead and enact the law, pass a resolution, bring an ordinance. We are not going to go riots on the roads against this. We have a point of view. Most Christians say, don't persecute homosexuals. All Christians think this particular thing is a sin. Allow us our views. We are not against bringing out the law. You want to change the law, you did it. We have not protested for the 160 years the law was on the statutes. We did not object very much, apart from some who went to court when the High Court read down the law. So do not use the Christian community as a whapping stone, saying that you are bringing out or not doing this thing.
I am glad you've said so. I am glad you've said so, and I actually think that nobody should use either the Christian community or the Hindu community or the Muslim community or any religious card here, because I don't think any one religious leader can speak for the entire community anymore. Zafar.
I'm speaking here as a Muslim.
Yes.
As Islam, we have a very clear-cut view about homosexuality. It is well known. But as Mr. Dayal said, there should not be any prosecution, criminalization, and people should be allowed to live with dignity. I mean, if you have problem with homosexuality, then it's a different thing. Yeah. But they should not be persecuted, and they should not be, the human rights should be at the topmost order.
I'm so glad we've got a diversity of views on Newshour tonight. And if this is the case, I hope it gives the political parties, the courage to legislate when they should. Not hide behind the courts or of curative petition. That is not the answer. The opportunity to legislate is now. Let's see if they do legislate. However, if the political parties feel it is a non-issue, then I think they are completely out of sync with the reality in our country. To all my guests, thank you very much for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.